Candlepin bowling fans, this is Dan Castle. We are here at Academy Lanes live with an ACST Class D match. They've already bowled a couple of boxes. We had some traffic delays getting here, but we're ready to go. Andy Klempa, who's our home bowler, he's coming up to start box 2 of game 1, and he's on the 2-pin with a half Worcester left. And just getting myself together here with all my paraphernalia. Andy going for the spare. Nice try on the inside of that, but a little full on the head pin. Just took out a few more. So no spare there. Joe Cultrera started out with a 46 half for his first half of this match. And that's a 6 box. Andy with 15 through 2. And I'll be checking your comments and questions and concerns as we go along here. So we're coming into box 3 of game 1 here at Academy Lanes. And Klempa off the head pin with a Cultrera right, 4 horsemen plus the 8-pin. Shooting at the Cultrera for a spare. Looking for our video, see if it comes up. No spare on that, and nice out. Nice 9 box for a 24. All right, coming into box 4 here. Klempa off the head pin again on a 6. Just takes out that back triangle. And there's our video. Yep, thank you, Nico. Yeah, we did. We had some traffic issues coming up. Let me know how my sound sounds. I'm looking for a VU meter to put on the system. Haven't found one yet, but we'll get there. But we have had trouble with this microphone. I did some cleanup, and there we go. Andy with a 10 box for 34. That's a spare, actually. Sorry, I'm doing too many things at once, aren't I? So welcome everybody who's joined us so far. So a spare in the 4th for Klempa. No, he changed it. It's a 10. Sorry. I was right the first time. All right, Klempa coming into box 5. And there's a head pin hit. And that's a 5-7 split. Not the easiest one to make by any stretch of the imagination. And he's off to the side. Thank you, Nico. That's what I want to hear. Little alcohol on the USB port might have helped me a lot here. Now we need a little alcohol on the announcer, don't we? All right. Looking to close this box out. It's got 2 pins left up there and back through the goalpost for an 8-42. So halfway through game 1, it is 46-42 in favor of Joe Cultrera, who's going to come up here on lane 11 in Academy Lanes in Haverhill. Joe has a 102 average. He's got a great record so far. 111-34, so he's been bowling very well in his first season here in the ACST. And he's off to the races in box 6, starting just off the head pin, and he's got himself a Cultrera left. Cultrera right, I'm sorry. So we got a little late underway here. I was driving up, and there's a big accident down around 90. That traffic backed up quite a ways, so it threw me off. But we're here. And on the head pin for Joe, just punched out the 1-8, so he'll be open in box 6. And love to hear from y'all. Hey, Ben. And we've got some viewers. That's good. I like viewers. Nice 9 box. Cultrera with that 9 is a 55 through 6. 5-game format. Everybody who's here probably knows that, but I'll refresh. So they're going to do 5 games total, 5 boxes at a time, alternating lanes. Winner of each game is awarded 2 points toward their standings. And as I recall, Joe's currently at 111 and 34 in his record. Trying to extend on that. And there's a nice head pin for Joe. And that's what we call the castle. The castle right. 5, 6, 10. Always 2 pieces of wood. The one over by the 6 might be helpful, but it's a tough leave. And he gives it a run and just about gets it. He's popped that wood right over to the 5. That was a beautiful attempt. It's about as good as you can do. Now he's got a 5 pin with a piece of wood right in front of it. Try to close this out with the 10. He's got 1 spare so far. Had a spare 2 in a second. And there's a 10 box for 65 through 7. Still running under par. All right, sharing that to my own feed. Brian Patton, welcome. All right, Cultrera on 3 pin. Punches through. Half was for right. And shooting at that. Playing the inside, just takes out the 1-8. Ouch. Nice try. Not too far off at all. Andy giving him some strong encouragement. All right, so he's got a check mark left plus a 6-10, 4 and 2. That one got away from him. That'll be a 5 box. And he's at 70 through 8. That gives Andy a good opportunity here. All right, see how much battery I've got on the laptop. All right, we got about an hour's worth. Don't have a place to plug in here, so I'm running on battery. It's a rough day here. Cultrera off to the 2 pin. Is that one going to go? Not quite, but he's left with a 1-3-8. Very favorable wood here. If he can put it right between the 1 and 3, I think he's got a shot at it. And here we go. Just missed a head pin. Can he steal it? Not quite. All right, so open in the 9th. Needs this to get to 80, and then he's going to need a big spare strike combination to get to 100. So, slow start. 102 average bowler. First year in the ACST in the D division. And he closes out with a 10. That's an 80 box. Or 80 through 9, I'm sorry. 10 box. Okay, coming in the last box of game 1. A lot of people here today. Big birthday parties over on the other side. Quite a few open bowlers. I think this is my first time here. I'm not sure. I'm surprised that it is. All right, Cultrera, box 10 on the head pin. Nice bid. And he's got the 5-7 split with some wood to the right of the 5 that might be helpful here. Oh, nice try. So far, I've seen some nice precision efforts by Joe. He's on that castle right, and on this, he kicked that object pin over the way he wanted to. And he closes with a 10. And game 1 is in the books for Joe Cultrera with a 90 game. And that's below his average of 102. That gives Andy an opportunity, but he needs to get, he's at 42. He needs a 48. Does not need to tie 49 to win. So doesn't have to spare, but really can't leave any bad boxes up there right now. First ball on a head pin. And that's a split, but it's pretty makeable. 2, 4, 7, and 9. And there's wood right between the 2 and 4 that look very favorable for him. It always looks good, but then he's still got to connect. And he got it. A little lucky on that one. He was to the left. Something went over and caught that 9 pin late, but a spare is a spare. And he's shaking his head that, man, I'm glad I got that one. So on the fill, this is his first mark of the match. On the fill, on the head pin, you got a wiggly 5 pin. So 9 in the fill, almost a strike. And that puts him at 61 through 6. He's got the 5 with just a piece of wood sloped up against it. It's at a steep angle, not a big target, but if he kisses that, he's got a shot at this. And no, just past him. Those steep angled wood is a little tough to hit. There's not a lot to play with there. So another shot at it for a 10. He's got the lead in the match right now, in the game. And it's going to be a 9. So 70 through 7, he's up 5 pins. But here's where his real opportunity is, because Joe had a 5 box. Andy runs a 105 average. And as we saw, as I posted, I had it here somewhere. He's running a 97 and 71 record so far this season. Nothing wrong with that. And what action is he getting on that? That is great. Off to the 2 pin, left the 1 and the 9, and 2 chunks of wood in between them. That could really help. Okay, a little to the left of the head pin, so no spare in the 8th for Andy, but he's going to widen his lead regardless. Stephen Bate, good to see you. And that's a 10. Klempa at 80 through 8. He's up 10 pins in this game. 2 boxes to go. He just needs 11 pins to win this string and get the first 2 points. This is week 13 for these guys out of 18. Okay. Box 9, Klempa in the 1-3 pocket. And that's a 2-5, 7-10 split. Good bid. He hit right where he wanted to. Maybe the 10 will go. Does not. All right, so if he gets these 2, he'll be tied for the string, and then he'll need 1 pin. But he still has another box to go before we know who wins this one. Going for the wood, and just gets the wood. 8. 88 through 9. He needs 3 pins to win the string. And of course, we always want more than that. Okay, Klempa, box 10, game 1. Well, that will win the string. But that was kind of gross. I don't know. It hit the head pin. He's left with a whole bunch down there. I think it could go, though. If he comes in on that 3 in the wood, he's got a chance to sweep something over. I think that might work. I wish I had Dave here to let me know. And gets everything but the 2 pin, but that'll win the string. He's got the first 2 points. So right now he's at 97, 1 pin to go. And just a 3 pin standing, and that's the last ball of this game. That'll be a 9 box. Andy Klempa wins game 1, 97 to 90. And that's the first 2 points. And we're on to game 2 now. Eric Petro, nice to see you. Yeah, just,
hold that up, or
I don't know. Oh, you're ready to go here, I think.
you got it yourself?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready to go. I don't know what you do on the system up there. You just start bowling? Okay, we're ready to roll. Andy's the expert on Academy systems, and Joe is coming up for game 2 of our 5-game match here on lane 12. So first ball, I got away from him a little bit, just clipped off the 7. So he's got a 9-pin rack to shoot at for a spare. That's better. There it is, 9-pin spare. Nice shot by Joe Cultrera for a spare in the first box. He corrected, didn't he? So nice start to game 2 for Joe, despite that first ball being a little bit challenging. Okay, on the fill. He's in there, right in the pocket. It's great late action for 8 in the fill, 18 through 1. And he's got a spare leave here, just a 2-5. Some wood behind it, it's not going to help him. But he's got a shot at it if he can pick up 2 pins and open up an early lead in this one. And he's in there, picks it off like nothing. So Cultrera with a spare in the second. 2 in a row, 28 in the ball. So we're hoping for a little luck today that we can run this on the battery on the laptop. I don't want to run a cord behind me where a bunch of kids can trip on it. So we'll do our best. And he puts 5, 6, 6 in the fill. And Cultrera at 34 through 2 with a 1, 2, 4, 10. Can't call it a split. The head pin's still up, but looks like a split to me. Nice try. Right on the object. Did not get the spare, so 2 spares in a row, but won't be 3. And he's looking to close out box 3. And that'll be a 9 box for Cultrera with 43 through 3. So a good start for him. Got an idea here with that fit. Let's see if that charger will work for this. So we're in a box 4 with a half Worcester. I was hoping that would work. All right, so Cultrera with a half Worcester left. Catches the head pin, leaves himself a 2 and 2 split. So no spare in the 4th. He's got that 4, 6, 7, 10 split that he's looking at here. Going to the right. See if he can get more than 2. He got 2. Not bad. So Joe will take an 8 box. He's at 51 through 4. All right, box 5, game 2. Cultrera off to the left. Hit the 3 pin or 2 pin. He's up for the 1, 8, 9. Sloping piece of wood behind the head pin. Hey, Nick Blundo.
There you go.
Oh, nice strike. Maybe.
Oh!
Almost.
Nice try.
Almost.
Nice try.
All right, so just single pin up there. Just the 8. And look at that. All the way around it. 9 box. Cultrera with a 60 half. Good start to game 2. And Andy Klempa coming up to start his game 2. Klempa starting game 2 with a hit on a 2-pin. Got some good action though. He left the 1, 3, 9, 10. That's makeable. He's up against the spare in the first. Got wood over the behind the 3. I think you catch that head pin either side. You got a good shot at this one. No guarantees. But he picked off the 10 alone. And that'll be an 8-box. So Klempa starts out from behind with an 8-box to Joe 18 through 1. On the head pin. Oh boy. Or spread eagle. I'm sorry. I'm distracted today. Tom Hinckley. How are you? I know you. Oh, Klempa puts it through the hole. Still has 6 pins up there with that spread eagle. That's what we call it in Candlepin. I call it getting the bird. And that'll be a 6-box for Andy, so 14 through 2.
Settling now.
All right, first ball over on the 3-pin. Great action here. I don't know if this system here shows us our speed. It does not, but that was a powerful ball by Klempa. He left with a 1-9. He was off to the right pretty far, but it carried a lot of pins. So just off to the right, it's the 9-pin only. He's got an open box in box 3. So he's running behind now by 20 pins at the moment. And that's a 9. So Klempa through 3 is at 23. No marks yet. And he's down 20 pins from Joe's completed boxes where he was at 43 through 3. Klempa coming into box 4. Nice head pin hit, but a little too full, I think. It's got a split there. That's a 2-5, 7-10. That's a tough one. And just plucked off the 5-pin. That was it. Closing out box 4. Sorry, I'm distracted here. That's an 8-box 31. Andy's still looking for that first spare that he needs. Okay. Off to the left, it appears. He's left with a 1-2-5-9 as I'm trying to do something else here. Oh, off the wall maybe, but not quite. So he's open through 5 with just a single pin left. And with that 9-box, Klempa has 40. It's a 20-pin game right now. All right, coming in the second half of game 2. Klempa won the first one. On the head pin, nice start for for Joe Cultrera with a 9 drop. Single pin to make for a mark. Just a 5 pin, but I don't like that wood. So that's a tough one. That wood can easily deflect the pin around the ball around the pin. But he didn't. He got the mark. That was a much tougher shot than it looked like. All right, on the fill, he's at 70 through 6. When that's a hit on the 2 pin, 5 in the fill, 75 through 6. And he's got what we call the Cultrera, which is the 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So 4 horse from the right plus an 8 pin. No wood to help. Got to hit it in that pocket, see if it goes. And he's just to the left. Andy, I'm going to try to run this like right behind that seat and around there, top of there. Can you give me a hand with that? And then I'm not going to make it here. Power's tight. All right, that's an 8 box for Cultrera. 84 through 7. There we go. Thank you. Nice head pin hit for Joe. That's the Castle right. 5, 6, 10. Really tough mark to make. I don't want to run out of power partway through here, so we found this.
I appreciate that.
We found a spot to plug in. All right, he's trying to play the inside of that 5 pin. Yeah, that works. That's not going to trip anybody, is it? Just you guys. That's all. We don't worry about the bowlers so much. All right, so we're just running a cord here because I've been running on battery because we were a little concerned about where we're putting the cords here. And we found a spot that works. You know, we're a team effort here. And that will give us coverage for a long time. And Joe put up an 8 box. And look at that. Now we got power going. 8, he's a 91 through 8. Prior box was a 6, 8 box. 75. Okay, that's where my mistake was. Okay, too many things going on here for me. A 91 through 8. He's actually beat his first game right now. And trying for the castle again. Oh, he pushed that 5 pin off spot.
Nice try. Look at
I think he's going to keep getting that until he takes it. He's getting awful close. I hate that leave. All right. Nice try by Joe. And that's a 9. So Joe Cultrera at 100 through 9. You guys know where Joe bowls out of? Okay. Up in Mark Ritchie territory. I know Mark. I've known Mark for years. All right, so I'm just checking there. Joe bowls out of Riverwalk in Amesbury, Massachusetts. We're owned by and run by my friend Mark Ritchie. And Joe hits a head pin, gets a split. It's 3 and 3, a line and a triangle. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time.
I'll pay attention.
Nice try.
All right, nice try on that spare for Joe, but he does not get it to go. And so that will be an open box in the 10th. and a 109. So good game by Joe. 109. He's got a 102 average. So 7 pins over average. 199 through 2 strings. All right, Klempa coming up. He's playing from behind here. He's got a 40 first half, and Joe had a 60 first half. So Andy needs 69 pins. He's going to need at least 2 marks to have a chance at Joe here. It is in reach, but it's not easy. So Klempa first box of the second half. Look at the action he gets. I wish I could tell the speed of his ball. He's got to be a 32-mile-an-hour ball. That's my guess. But he put it over on the 4 pin, and he got everything but the 1, 2, 3, 10 to go. That's what power can do for you. A little bounced in. Okay. Didn't lose it, though. Still has a head pin and a 10 pin. Sometimes I've done it, too. We've all done it. We've dropped the ball, and it dribbles down there, but it kept going in the right line for him, so he got something in. Picks up that 110 for a nice 10 box, 50 through 6. And the machine read that as a spare. It wasn't a spare. All right, here we go. Box 7 in the second string of 5. Klempa on the 3 pin. Dropped that one too a little bit. Had a bit of a bounce to it. He leaves a 1, 2, 4, 8. Thank you, thank you. And that is a 10 for Andy. For 60. First ball on the head pin. That's a tough split. It's a 7, 9, 10. Nice try, nice try. Just a 10 pin up, still open. And a 9, 69. All right, he needs 40 pins to tie. A head pin hit in box 9. Still has the 2, 7, and bounced that one in, didn't go.
Have a good night.
All right, and that will be an 8 for 76. That puts this game out of reach for him. Hey there. I know, I'm trying to process it, but it's not going through. It's just stuck there with a clock running. I've got a signal here. I'm on the guest network. Let me try another way. It's trying to direct it to a card, but it doesn't work. I know it should be going to balance, but it's not. Hang on, let me look at something again. I know it's not an option, but that's what I'm trying to do. I am trying to make this happen, but it's not quite working for me yet. Nope, it shows a balance. No, it's definitely got a balance showing. It's just weird. I'll try again. Hang on, I'll keep working on it. All right.
It's just not liking it right now.
Well, if that happens, you'll get the money for me. So. Yeah. Well, that'll happen today. As soon as I can get to a spot where I can get a good connection going. All right. So I'm trying, but if it doesn't work, then we'll have to do it later. As soon as I can get a good connection. All right. Bye.
Oh.
All right. So game 2 in the books, 109 to 93 for Joe Cultrera, and he's got a 199 total so far through 2, and 190 for Andy. So a 9-pin advantage for Cultrera in our total score, which is all important. Sorry, Cultrera starts with a $9. Nice head pin hit by Joe. Just a triangle right. That's a good lead for him. 6, 9, 10. Makeable spare. Cultrera with a $9, 18 through 2. Did not pick up that triangle. Nice effort, though.
You're all over and then they'll call.
All right, we're coming into box 3 of game 3 here. We're in the middle string of a 5-string match. And Cultrera's first ball catches a head pin. Nice. Almost a strike. Leaves a 5-pin. Single pin staring at you. It looks tiny from 60 feet away. But there's only one to hit for a mark, and it's just off to the right. And that will be a 9. 3 9s in a row, 27. Learning our 9s tables again. And sorry, I'm just putzing around with something else right now at the same time, so if I get a little quiet, it's not that I'm ignoring the game, I'm here. And Joe now is 3 9s in a row, looking for his first mark of game 3. And a light hit on a head pin, 3 in a row. And another triangle. This is the 3-5-9, or 3-5-6, I'm sorry. 3-5-6 triangle. So he goes to the left on that one, does not get the spare.
Sit on one.
And that's an 8 box. So broke up the string of 9s with an 8, not the direction you want to go. 35 through 4. And he's in box 5. Not a head pin hit. Something came forward. Call that a... This is a tough one. That's a 7-8 split. He's got lots of wood there to deflect off from, so maybe that'll go. And he gets it. Nice spare in the 5th for Joe Cultrera. Beautifully done. This 7-8, not an easy spare. And we got that task completed. So he's at 45 and a ball through 5, midway through this match. And Andy Klempa, 9 pins down in total right now, but he's got the first 2 points. Joe's got the second 2 points. And Andy's starting off game 3 with a strike. First strike of the match. 10 pin last to go, but it went. 10 pins down, that's a strike. That's a great way to start a game. I like to tease people saying, hey, you're on your way to a 300. Dave Peterson, good to see you, buddy. I wish you were here. You went solo this morning, I saw. First ball on a fill is a half Worcester right, just the 2 out. On a spare attempt for the fill. Oh, through the bunny hole. 2 in the fill, 12 in the first box. Slight lead. And we are in the action here. And a good out there. That's 8 out is important. 20 through 2. Okay. I got my multiple monitors going here. Simply done. Don't even have my extra screen with me today. Okay. So Andy Klempa, early lead, 20 in the second box. Light hit on the head pin. 7-8-10 split. 1 piece of wood out there. That's a tricky shot. See what he can do here. If he can get that wood to spin around, it's a tall order. He's going to the right side of it. All right, now it's just get an 8, 9, or 10. We'll call it good. That's something I really hate when I'm bowling, is to see, and that's a good outcome with that. He gets a 9 out of that. Nothing wrong with that at all. For 29 through 3, he's up 2 pins in completed boxes. But that always hurts when you throw a great ball like he did, and then you come up with a crazy leave like that. But that's the game we play. And here we are in box 4. He's just off the head pin. And Andy leaves the 1-3-6-7 split. Although we're not going to call it a split. So, Dave, what do you think about this leave? I think the wood to the left has possibilities. So does he. And it worked. Good call. Nice spare by Andy Klempa for 39 and a ball through 4. Now hoping for a better fill. He had a strike in the first. That only gave him a 2 fill. And there's a fill ball. Nice fill, and that's a strike. That's as good as it gets. Klempa has turned it on for 49 through 4 and 59 and 2-ball fill in the 5th. 3 out of 5 marks. Klempa's definitely turned on some heat here. 2 strikes in that. Bookends. Box 1 and box 5. Cultrera coming up. He is on a spare. He's at 45 and a ball in his 5th. As we go into the second half of this match. So Joe is, first ball is just off the head pin, so 5 on the fill. And that gives him 50 for the half. To close out the first half of game 3, Caleri right, 1, 3, 6, 8, 10. All right, missed the objects. The 1, 2 are still up. Wood behind him, good possibility for 10. So I'd love to hear from all the viewers here. It's not as exciting with just me and not Dave, but you know, it is what it is. Peterson brings the excitement to our matches. 58 through 6 for game 3 for Joe Cultrera. And coming in box 7. Yeah, I think this is my first time here at Academy. I don't remember if I bowled here before. I've definitely bowled up here in this area in Haverhill and that, but God, it's been so long since the different roll-offs or tournaments that we did, or states, so I couldn't tell you. I don't think I've been here before. Joe looking at the 1, 3, 6, 7 and just misses a head pin. And trying to close out a 10 with this 1, 7 between him and a 10, and it's going to be an 8. So 66. 66 through 7 for Joe Cultrera. In game 3, we're tied up in points right now. Both bowlers have 2 points each. And after the first 2 games, it was 199 to 190 in total for Cultrera for that all-important 4 points awarded for winning total. Cultrera, first ball. Nice ball. Wiggly 8 pin, doesn't go down.
Look good.
It did look good. You hear Andy here in the background encouraging Joe. Got something to work with there. If you can get that around that one flat piece of wood. Catches it, and it works anyway. Spare in the 8 for Cultrera. He's going to need that. And a big fill and maybe another one here, because Andy's got a shot at taking this. Okay, box 9. He's on a fill. 76 in this ball. Catches the 2 pin. Puts 7 in a fill. 83 in the 8. And he's like for the spare shot, he's got the 1, 3, 8. Wood there that may be really helpful. Right in front of that 8 pin. He's got to catch the head pin. Just off. All right, gets the 3 and the 8 to go, so no spare in the 9th for Joe. Tom, you're absolutely right. Looking at the records here, and of course, I bowled in the South when I was bowling, and I know all the guys down there. Don't know as many up here. 92. And he's got a tremendous record this year. The first half of the year. So box 10, Joe's at 92 through 9 with 2 marks in. Put up a 109 his last string. Misses a head pin that time. Has a half Worcester right. Just the 3 and the 9 went out. Looking to try to pick up this half Worcester either inside. He is playing to the inside like I like to. And there's not much margin there. He was a little light, just made the head pin go and bounced back off the wall, but it didn't take anything. So now he's got a whole cluster of pins down there. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Wood in front. What I would do probably is try to hit that red line, which is right where he was. And hope that they all go, and he got a 9 out of it. Can't complain about that. 101 for Cultrera for game 3. And that's a perfect 300 for 3 strings. All right, Andy Klempa, he is on a strike with 59 and a 2-ball fill. Just missed a head pin. Took out 6 for his first fill ball. Oh my God, Tom, that's a lot. I've had that happen before. John Doucette did that to me last season. And that's a 9 fill for Andy. So he closes out the first half at 68. Didn't get that 8 pin to go. He's hoping for 3 marks in a row, but he's got a makeable 10 here. Goodbye. And that's 78 for Andy through 6 boxes. Yeah, Tom, getting beat by 100 hurts. Waters got me by like 90 one time. That was fun. I had a bad game. He had a great game. The one with Jason Doucette's brother, John, was interesting because we were at league night, and I had John. We were pretty even at the halfway point. Then he came up and threw 5 strikes in a row, and that just opened it right up. He got a 194, I think. And I think I closed with like an 89. It was embarrassing. But you got to give him credit. 5-bagger. You don't see those every day. All right, Klempa looking for a 10. He gets a 10. And he's at 88. Didn't give him the pin. It's an 88 through 7. All right, what's he need to do? He needs to get to 102. 3 boxes to do it. So, very makeable for him. And that first ball, that looked like his strike balls, but that was on the head pin. 8 down, leaves a 6-10. Just 2 together. On the spare attempt, here he goes. Got to get those, and he's going to go wide. Let that ball drop out of his hand again. He's had a little trouble with dropping right now. I don't see either guy up here using a damp cloth. I'd like to do that. Have a towel up there with a little bit of water on it just to keep the grip in my hand. And he'll have a 9 for a 97 through 8. And we're coming into box 9 of game 3. Klempa needs 4 pins to tie, 5 pins to win this string, and 2 boxes to go to do it. First ball in the 9th is on the head pin. So there's 7. He's got the string. But can he catch up total? He needs a 110 to tie for total right now. And he's got the 6, 8, 10. That wood is interesting. Is he going for it? He is going for the 6. I don't know which is the right call there. I thought the wood might be something, but it's might also deflect the ball to the left. Tom, where are you to bowl out of? And that's 10. 107. So that gives Klempa 2 points, and he still has another box to go. And if he gets more than 3 in this box, he will be ahead in total. So it's going back and forth between these guys. Actually, Cultrera has had the lead in total all the way up until now. Klempa, nice head pin hit. And he's left with a 3-6. Looks like, is that a 4 or a... That's a 4 pin, 3-4-6. Nice try. Open in the 10th for him, but he's... All right, looking to close out game 3 and enter the back half of this match, and that's a 9. So Klempa with a 116 game takes game 3, 116 to 101. And so points-wise, it's 4 points for Klempa right now, 2 points for Cultrera. It's 306 to 300 for total right now. And that's in favor of Andy Klempa, so it's a tight one. And we're coming into game 4. We have 5 games to go here. And this is the 4th out of 5, starting with Joe Cultrera. Klempa's got 4 points so far, and Cultrera with 2 points. Tom, I don't know, where's BOR? I don't recognize that one. I probably should. I've only been around the game for a long time, but you never know. It'll probably dawn on me. Cultrera starting out game 4 with a nice hit in a 1-2 pocket. It's some great action. A little Brooklyn side there, and he leaves the 6 pin only. So 9 drop. Single pin to pick up for a mark. Looks like he's on it, and he is. Spare in the first for Joe. Nicely done. 1 pin to shoot at, 1 pin down. Oh, Portsmouth, okay. All right, so on the fill, box 2, game 4. So Tom, he's, even though I grew up in New York, which I don't know if all you guys know that, but I grew up in upstate New York and I lived in the Midwest for 10 years. 7 in the fill for 17. 3-7-10 split. But even though I grew up in New York, I had an uncle who worked at the Portsmouth Naval Yard. They lived in Kittery. My aunt, uncle, and cousins would come up to see him once in a while. In fact, when I go over the bridge to head into Maine, I see their old house because it was right on the river. So if you go over the bridge into Kittery from Portsmouth, you look down to the right, and there's a street that goes around a little, and that's a 9 box, 26. That pin did not count because he hit it out of the gutter. So, of course, that aunt and uncle are gone now. My cousins are still around. But I have not bowled in Portsmouth. Coming into box 3, game 4. Nice hit in the pocket, and that's not what he deserved. He should have had something better than that. That's no fair. Diamond left and a 10 pin. So what's the pin numbers? Those are 2, 4, 5, 8, and 10. How do you like that? No wood to help here. Just off to the right. All right, so open box in box 3 for Joe. He's over par. And he'll have to settle for a 7 on that one, so that's 33 in a third. So both bowlers are doing okay. Andy's right on his average. Andy's just a little under his average. Joe's 6 pins under average so far. Nice pocket shot. Come on, he's hoping for that. This is ridiculous. Everybody's wiggling. My goodness. That was a strike ball all day long, but the 4 and the 10 stayed up. 3 pieces of wood to the right of the 4. Hoping he can catch that 4 and make something go over there. It's not as easy as it looks, and he's trying to play the left. A little too far left, so he's got enough open box in box 4. And he gets it that time for a 10, 43. Okay, so it was there. I know what he's thinking, because I would have wanted to try to stay away from that wood. It's really tricky. It's really easy for you to just hit the cap of it and then kill the ball momentum and get nothing. But actually that time it worked. So he's going to box 5 at 43 through 4. On the head pin again. Yet again a split for that. So he is head pin 5 for 5 this half. 4 of them were splits. Lots of red up there on the scoreboard if you can see it. This time it's a 3, 6, 7, 10 split. And just plucks out that 6 pin from in between the 3 and the 10. So open box in the 5th. Has a tough one here. Try to pick up something. Gets a 3 and a 10. Nothing wrong with that for a 9 box. And Joe Cultrera sits down with a 52 half. All right. See, we lost a couple viewers, but stay with us. We had a really good one last Sunday where Nick Blundo came back big in the 5th game. It looked like he was going to lose. He only won the first string and lost the next 3. Game 5, my God, he put a fire under him. Big, big game. So watch for that one. That was Blundo versus Venetia. All right, Klempa starting his game 4 on the head pin. He's got the reverse of what Joe was just looking at. That's the 2-7-10 split. All right, waiting on a staff person to go down there. All right, and we are back to the action, and Andy puts it in between the 2 and this 10 that will not get you a spare. So trying to clean up the 10. Nicely done. That was a beautiful shot. Klempa with a nice 10. And as I was about to say, and he just said he wanted to do that on the second ball, but a 10's a 10. Tough shot. 2-7-10 split. Kicked the 2 over to the 10, carried up to 7 with the ball. Nicely done. Box 2. Klempa off the head pin, leaves a Cleary left, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 4, 7, and 9. 4 horsemen and the 9 pin for, we call it the Cleary for Bob Cleary. Nice try. Got some good movement there, did not pick up the spare. So still has the 1 and a 9 to go. Go for the wood. And he got the 9 to go. 9 in the second for 19 through 2. All right, box 3. He's running from behind. Joe's up 7 pins in completed boxes now. But Andy's pinning great. 2 boxes in. He's left 1 pin on the deck, and he's coming into box 3 now. On the head pin, on the 1-3 pocket, but leaves a diamond and 1. So the diamond left plus a 10 pin. 2, 4, 5, 8, and 10. Got to hit this one just right to get it to go. He's got that. He hit the diamond really well and did not take the 8. So I thought he had a good shot there. But the 8 didn't want to play, so he's got to chase it down with a ball directly at it. And that'll stay up, so it'll be the sweeper that wins that pin for a 28. Through 3, Joe's up 5 pins. 33 to 28 in the third box. But Joe's open the rest of the way, so that gives Andy an opportunity to put a mark up there and get ahead. Just off the head pin. A little bit of a dribble going down there. As a 1, 3, 7, 8, 10. Some wood down there. He's got the wood, and he gets a spare. Nice shot by Klempa. Not that easy of a shot. I was afraid that wood might not cover the head pin, but it did. And it looks like we have something down in it. Oh, we got a stuck pin or something. All right, yeah, it was a pin in the wrong spot. All right. All right. Box 6 coming up for Klempa. He's a 52 through 5. No, actually he's not. He's at 38 and a ball in the fourth. Looking to fill that one. I'm sorry. Getting ahead of myself. And on the fill, just 3. And that puts him at 41. Now it's a 2-pin game. 4 boxes in. He's got a bunch down there. Right hand side, he's got 5 pins. 2 over on the left. So 4 horsemen plus 4, 7, 9. And he gets it. Nice shot by Klempa, playing the inside of the 1-4. And he carried it beautifully. That was a loud spare. And so he's going to sit down at 51 and a ball. He's got the advantage now. Joe is at 52, no fill. And we're starting second half of game 4 here. Cultrera at 52. Andy has a fill to go. He's at 51 at the halfway point. And Cultrera starting box 6 of game 4 with a hit on the 2-pin that takes out 5 pins. So the 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, or 7, 9, I'm sorry. It's makeable. If you can get it in there, and he's off to the right, so everything but the 1 and the 3. Something coming back. The head pin goes out. Wiggled the 3-pin, not enough to take it down, so almost stole a spare out of that one. But didn't quite. And he's got a 9 box, so Joe is at 61 in the 6th box of game 4. Again, after 3 games, it's 4-2 in favor of Andy Klempa, 306 to 300 in total. And Cultrera looking to get ahead of Andy here. And that's a lemon drop to the right, just the 6-pin. And they're laughing that it's a good thing Paul's not here, looking for his contributions to the charity for making a lemon drop. Nice hit by Joe. Catches the head pin, leaves the 5. No, yep, just the 5, 9, 10. I thought the 7 was going to stay up. So open box in box 7. Still has the 5, 9, 10. Oh, he kicks that 9-pin over to the 10. Didn't go, but a 9 box, he's a 70 through 7. Right on par.
Start up, Joe. Plenty of time, plenty of time.
All right, we're coming into box 8 of game 4. Cultrera up on lane 11 here on Academy Lanes in Haverhill. And he is just off the head pin. A little bit of a late break on that ball. Crossed in front of the head pin, hit the 2. Left with the Cleary right. Okay, went too far, went to the 6-pin. Still has 3 to clean up. He can get to 100 with no marks, but he's got to get every pin to do that. And that's going to be an 8. So Cultrera is 78 through 8. This is quite impressive. We got the room back here with regular lights on, and on the right we've got a whole bunch of lanes down there where they're doing glow bowling. A lot of people here. Like seeing the bowling community active on a Saturday evening. Cultrera coming into box 9 at 78 through 8. Nice head pin. Oh boy. Inverted triangle. 5, 6, 9. Tough one to make. He's got wood over to the left. If he hits it low, maybe. Is he going there? He is. Oh, he went too high. Caught the cap.
Alright, get 10.
So an open box in the 9th. Just a 6 and a 9 left. And that'll be an 8. So he's at 86. Needs a mark for 100. that an 8 or a 9?
That was, no, that was an 8, right? That was an 8. Was that an 8? Yeah, you had 2 pins on the right, correct?
I got 8.
Yeah, we got 8 back here.
Actually, I can see it here in the
I thought it
replay.
was an 8. I just
Yeah, it was an 8. I got the replay.
Yeah.
So there's a delay here. So I was right. I was right for once.
Yeah. Because I thought it was an 8, but that's stupid score system.
Yeah, sometimes it gives, sometimes it takes away. We're in the 10th now of game 4. Cultrera coming up. Catches a head pin. Still looking for a strike, and he's deserved quite a few of them. Actually, I can see it here. Okay, this is another split for him. He's been getting the splits today. This game alone, he's had 5. And this time it's the 6-7-9. Actually, it looks like the 6-9-7 if you look at where the pins are standing. A lot of wood, maybe. No, the 6-pin, the closest one did not go. So an open box in the 9th, or in the 10th of game 4, and that will give Joe a game of under 100. He's a 105 average, 102 average, I'm sorry, and he's a 105. But close to his average. He's not far from it, just a little under. And that 10, 96 for Cultrera in game 4. 396 for 4. Easy math. Okay, now Klempa's up here with a spare in the 5th. He's a 51 plus this ball. And was not a lemon drop, Paul. But 2 in the fill. So 53 half. Big rack down there for a spare attempt. Chistoff, we saw earlier Joe put up a spare. He just took off a 7-pin and then he spared the 9 rack. But Andy's got six pins to play with here. He's got to get something. Oh, not what you want to have happen. That's a 4 box for. Somehow the scoring system said it was a 10, but I can attest there are still 6 pins standing. So 57 through 6. He's down 4 pins. You guys are all still there, but I'd love to hear from you. Andy on the 2-pin takes out the left half of that rack. Okay, drop that one, leaves a 1-5-10. So no spare in the 7th. And that's a 7 box. So a 4 and a 7 to start the second half of game 4. 64. $64 through 7 for Klempa. He's down 6 pins right now. He just needs to get to 97. Needs at least 1 mark to do that. Much better ball, but off the head pin. Late action. That 2's gone. Everything but the head pin. Almost a backdoor strike there.
You know what you're aiming for, right?
And a little teasing there, you know what to aim for. So just a head pin, wood behind it. Right in the face. Spare for Klempa in the 8th, right on time. He needs that. Big spare. That's his 3rd in his string. But he's had some trouble with fills so far. He's had a 3 fill and a 2 fill. He's hoping to get a bigger one here. He's on the head pin that time. And how about a 9 fill? In the last string he had some 20 boxes. At least one 20 box. Had 2 20 boxes. No, a 20 and a 19, I'm sorry. So that 9 puts him at 83. Another spare. That'll give Klempa the string. He's a 93 plus a ball. And he just needs 4 pins. So if he puts nothing on and gets a 4, he's got the string. It's a good spot now. And that's just 3 in the fill. Computer just gave him 1. Or no, actually it was 2. 2 in the fill for 95 in the 9th. Okay, he's won the string. He doesn't have to get any more pins, but I know he wants to. Nice bid on the half Worcester. Oh, everything but the 3-pin. Nice bid on that one. So Klempa coming into his last ball of game 4 and gets the 10 for a 105 string. Right on his average, and that will give him 2 more points. 105 to 96, game 4. Andy Klempa now is at 6-2 and a 411 to 396 in total. So Klempa in the driver's seat right now, and Joe needs to win this next one by 16 to take total.
I finally hit average.
All right. Last game, game 5 of our week 13 match in the ACST D North Division here at Academy Lanes. And Joe Cultrera starting us off with a hit on the 2-pin. Takes out 5 pins, leaves the 4 horsemen right plus the 9. No wood to help him. Got to bury that in the 1-3 pocket. You got a shot at it. And just a little too far to the right, leaves the 1 and the 9, so no mark in the first for Joe. And again, if he doesn't win this string by at least 16, Andy will get total. So that puts Andy in a good spot. And he starts with a 9. All right, box 2, last game. Joe's going to need some marks. Nice first ball. And unbelievable. I mean, he has been throwing some really nice first balls here and not getting a strike ever so far. And this is a split. Now, I kind of like that wood. He's got the 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. And a piece of wood right by the 5 angled, aiming that pin. It's not going to work. He missed the wood. He was trying to cap it, I think. Still has a 5-7. Open box in box 2. I'm very happy today. We have not had a sound drop out once. I was having a heck of a time with that last week. And that's a 9. So 2 9s in a row for Joe Cultrera. 18 through 2. So I don't have to buy another microphone yet. This is a good one, actually. I'm pretty happy with this mic. But that was really annoying. But not today. Box 3, game 5, last game of the match. Joe Cultrera starting out. First ball is on the head pin. And again, gets a head pin split. Can't cut a break here. Now he's got wood that might help. This is the 2, 8, 10 split. Wood in front of the 2 to the side. Got to do something with it. No guarantees here. He's going to the far left and too far to the left. Trying to play the far left of that pin, which is actually not a bad idea. And here we go. Gets a 9. 3 9s in a row, 27 through 3. Joe Cultrera is teaching us our 9s tables so far in this string. 3 times 9 is 27. Thank you, Mrs. Van Valkenburg and Afton Central School, grade 3. You taught me that. Joe Cultrera, box 4.
Up.
All right, that's better.
Up.
Another head pin. He's got a wiggly 2. Wiggly 3. It's not wiggly enough. Still looking for his first strike.
Weeble wobble.
Nice 9 drop.
Weeble wobble.
All right, looking for a mark here. Get past this string of 9s he's had. Maybe. Nope. Too far to the right, and he will be open in box 4. So last ball of box 4. There we go. And that's a 10. 37 through 4 for Cultrera. Okay, still looking for a mark there. A good opportunity there, but they don't always go. Sometimes we miss those. So, box 5, game 5. On the head pin again. 4 out of 5 head pins. 3 out of 5 were splits. That's a 5-7-9. And I kind of like that wood over there. I think the red line might just do it. Gotta hit it. He's on. Up too far to the left, but great effort. Couldn't carry the 7. I think you need to be a little lower on that wood. What do I know? And that's a 9. So 4 9s and a 10, and that's 46 for Cultrera. So excellent pinning. He left one pin per box except for one. So he's pinning very well and wants to see some marks there. Had 3 splits. Andy Klempa coming up. He's in the driver's seat right now. Starting box 1 of game 5. Just misses a head pin. And that's a 7-10 split. So I'm going to call that a backdoor head pin. Now there's 2 pieces of wood over by the 10. Don't like either one of them particularly. I'm thinking the one on the right, maybe? I don't know. I don't think there's a good answer here. That's where he's going. And he gets it. Good read. Good read by Klempa. I think that was all a function of how much he puts on his ball. So he's got a spare to start string 5. And here we are on a fill. Klempa on a head pin and breaks up the split for 8 in the fill. 18 in the first, and just the 3-6 between him and another spare. So Klempa missed the spare effort here, but he gets the 10 for 28 through 2. So we'll try to give you a little zoom in on here. See if I can do that. There we go. Is that better? How's that? No, I like to keep the scoreboard in there. I know it's hard to read. Head pin hit for Klempa. So now he's facing a split. This is a 3-2 or a 2-3 if you're going left to right. So 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. Yeah, I try to make sure I'm getting the bowlers and the scoreboard in this, so that's why I maybe zoomed out a little too far. And that's an 8 box for Andy, 9 box. 37. On the 3 pin, half Worcester plus 1. Nice try. Leads 2. So Andy puts a good bid on that one. He trying to cut the inside and leaves it 7-8. Favorable wood down there to pick this up. He's up 10 pins right now in his completed boxes. And gets another 10. 47 through 4. So I've been playing around with some equipment at home, and I'm hoping in the future to have a second camera running on the pins. So if I can get that going, that'll. And we do that with some of the more sophisticated rigs like Micah Imperato has. He has a great setup, and that gives us pin cams and all that. I'm running solo today, so I'm using my mini rig. Klempa just picked off the 10. Good recovery, catches a head pin, but leaves a spread eagle minus the 10. So looking to clean up. The 5th box here, he's got 5 pins still up. Try to get that 3 anyway. He gets 3, 4, 5. How about that? 57. That was a beautiful shot. That was a spread eagle minus a 10. Nice 10 for Andy. 57 half. He didn't. He definitely deserved that one. And we are coming into the final 5 boxes of Game 5 of our match here. Joe Cultrera visiting Andy Klempa at Academy Lanes, Week 13 in the ACST D North Division. And Joe's down right now. He needs some pins. So he's down 11 in this string, and he's down 15. So 15 in total. So they're still falling. Okay. No head pin on that one, but the 1, 2, 10. Look at that wood. That just might help make something happen here. He's got to hit that head pin. And he does. And oh my goodness. That was a textbook. He hit that perfect. The pin went over to the 10 and then went by it and wrapped around it on the wall instead of bouncing back. And I have to tell you, I've seen Joe make a lot of good shots today. A lot of good first balls that should have been strikes. He's not getting any luck here at all. The score is not the total story of this match. Cultrera coming into box 7. He's at 56 through 6. All right, he puts that one on the 2 pin, gets a nice break, leaves a 1-7. And look at that wood right behind that 1 pin. You don't want to go too far to the right on that because that'll just take a pin, but it's giving a nice guide that can angle the ball a little. So I think a little to the right of the head pin, right where he's going. And
Come on.
my goodness, again. The head pin kicked to the left, but it kicked a little too shallow. So another open box for Joe. Pick up that 7 pin, which he does nice and clean for a 66 through 7. So he has not gotten a mark yet, but he's only left 4 pins up so far. Pinning excellently. But really needs some marks here. Box 8. That time he missed a head pin to the right. One, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. And there we go. Come on. Again, nice hit. Everything was moving the right way, and it just didn't touch that 9 pin. And that's a 10. Another 10 box. He's getting those 10s. 2 more boxes to go in the match. Joe really needs some marks here. Klempa's got his number right now. But you can do an awful lot with strike spare combination here. Needs 1 mark to go to 100 anyway. And that time went to the 6 pin. Again, getting some late action. We've seen a lot of this. At least a 1, 2, 3, 8. So probably a more makeable spare than when he does hit the head pin here. On the spare attempt, way off to the left. Okay, everything but the head pin is gone. And Andy's saying, now you have to hit the head pin. All right. He does to get for a 10. Don't want to leave that one last. And he's off of it, so Greg Gouliar would say that's a -2. 9 box 85 through 9, and here he comes into his last box of this match. Been running a little low under average so far this match. He's a 396 for 4. He's a 102 average, so he should be a 408, but he's not that far. And box 10 of game 5, he's on the head pin. All right, there we go. No strikes for Joe today. Sure deserved a couple. Just a 10 pin. Got a little tiny target there because I don't think he wants to cap that wood in there. This is a rail runner, I think. You got to run it right down that line, not hook it anywhere. That's where he's going. And that caught the cap. Did not get the mark. That's what he was trying to avoid. Not much of a margin for that one. So he will be opened in a 10th and under 100 in a 5th. And that will be a 9. Nice bowling by Joe Cultrera, just not getting any breaks today. 94 without a mark, a 94. That is really good pinning. And that's a 490 total for 5. Andy coming up, he's a 57 at the half. And that's a nice head pin hit. Didn't do him much good. Got the 3, 4, 6, 7 split out of that. Buried it on a head pin. Tough leave. And he's trying to play the inside, I think. So going for the 10, trying to get at least an 8 or 9 out of this one. You don't want to leave 4 pins up there. And that'll be a 7. He's got something coming on here, and it's going to miss. Short pin, so a 7 box. 64 through 6. So he needs to put up 32 pins to tie, 33 to win. And it would be an utter disaster for him if he didn't take total right now. Coming into box 7, game 5. Oh boy. Just a 2 pin. Just plucked a single pin here. All right, we never know how that happens, but it did. So he's got 9 up there. And what a hit. That was a beautiful hit. Couldn't get the 9 to go, but you can't complain about those 8 pins going. So Andy for a 10. And he gets it. Dropped the ball, but got the 10. 74 through 7. Needs 21 pins in 3 boxes. So if he throws all 7s, he's tied. Here we go. Just misses a head pin to the left. Leaves a Cagliari. I've seen a lot of right side Cagliaris today. That's a 4 horseman plus the 9, or plus the 8, I'm sorry. Wood in between there.
Oh, the ball's coming out.
All right, got some interesting action there. Left the 8 pin. Ball came back out. If we were up in Moncton, that would be going back and forth and back and forth. This time it settled in a channel. Like 3 or 4 pieces of wood there to take out that single pin for another 10 box. 84 needs 11 pins to win in 2 boxes. And that will give him total because to take total, Joe has to win by 16. And he's only up 10 with 2 boxes to go. So that gives Andy the total. On the head pin, 3-1 split. 2, 4, 7, 10. Lots of wood down there. Left side wood does not pick up the 10. So nice try by Andy. but he will be open in the 9th. This next pin ties the string. And that'll be a 9. So I'm going to save it for the last box here. 93 through 9. And he needs 1 pin to tie, 2 pins to win. So if he keeps it on the lanes, he should take the string. Nothing's guaranteed until it happens. First ball. That'll do it. Drops 9. Nice 9 drop. That gives Klempa game 5 and total, but we're not done with the game yet. We have 1 pin down there for a spare attempt. The 5 pin with wood in front of it. And it's gone. So the last box of the game will be a spare for Andy Klempa. And he's at 103 plus a fill ball to finish the match. And then I'll go through the numbers. So Andy, it didn't give you the spare. So we got to do a score correction up there. There we go. So 103 plus this ball, and this will finish the match with Joe Cultrera visiting Andy Klempa in Academy Lanes in Haverhill. And here we go. On the fill, Klempa with a big blast of a strike on spare for a 113. That's the way to finish that. And that will give Andy the next 2 points, 524, and he gets the total. So it is a 12-2 victory for Andy Klempa. 524 to 490 for the total. And game 1 went to Klempa, 97 to 90. Game 2 went to Cultrera, 109 to 93. Game 3, 4, 5 all went to Klempa, 116 to 101, 105 to 96, 113 to 94, and 524 to 490 for total. And Klempa was almost exactly on his 105 average, which would give him 525. So great bowling by these guys. A lot of back and forth. Joe was having a tough time getting the splits today, but I think he was throwing a really good ball and should not be unhappy about his bowling. I think he did well. But Klempa wins the match, takes 12 points to Joe's 2, and that does it for us. So this is Dan Castle. We're here on the Candlepin Bowling Network on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour page, live from Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. And with that, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the lanes.